Hey there, welcome to my channel. I'm Taleecia Stonestreet. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe, click the notification bell if you want to see more of this face. Just kidding. Today I am going to be answering some of your guys' comments about, or questions and comments about alternate day fasting, fasting in general, all that good jazz. So yeah, let's get right into it. So yeah, we have a change of scenery today. It has been snowing all day and it's chilly outside, so I wanted to sit by the fire, be all cozy, and Kaya's laying down here. Not sure how well you can see her, but she's a cutie. So first off, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support, all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel, and thank you for the likes and the comments. I really love getting your questions and learning from you guys, especially about fasting. It's just an awesome experience, and if I have not been responding, I've been doing my best to respond to all the comments and especially answer questions. And if I haven't been, sometimes YouTube hasn't been letting me know about all of the questions or all of the comments. And so if I'm not responding, I'm sorry. Maybe go check me out on Instagram and you can send me a message there, and I'll do my best to get back to you. But thank you so much for the support. I really cannot express to you how grateful I am. So yeah, I'm gonna get to the first question here. So I always say, you know, if one person is asking me, that probably means that there's more people that are wondering. That's kind of why I'm doing this video. So one of the questions that I've got quite a few times in different comments on my videos, how many days a week am I fasting? For me personally, I am just doing a consistent every other day. So one week I fast 3 days, the next week I fast 4 days. It's just constant. I'm not on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, or, you know, I don't just fast during the week and take off weekends. For me, it's just every other day, so it changes every week. And that's just what I'm doing. Other people do it differently, but that's personally how I fast. Another question that I've gotten a few times is my eating window. So with alternate day fasting, you fast for 36 hours and then, you know, you could eat during the day and then fast again. For me, I don't really specifically have a specific eating window. It's not like I'm like, you know, have 12 hours where I just need to be eating. Typically I would say, I know this is very like ballpark, but I would say my dog is trying to get a toy. I would say ballpark, I have an eating window between 8 and 12 hours. I don't have a set time. What I do is just when I know that I ate my last meal for the day or snack or whatever it is, then I will just check the time typically, and then just make sure that I don't start eating until that time in the morning on my next eating day. So I will just like watch if it's like, you know, if it's 8 o'clock that I eat the last thing, then I won't eat until 8 o'clock the next day. So I don't have a specific like, you need to be eating from this time to this time. I just kind of just roll with it every day, you know. My next question that I've got quite a few times is, what is my goal weight? So I've kind of mentioned this briefly a few times, but originally when I wanted to start losing weight, my goal was to get down to 135 to 140 pounds, right in that range. And I did get down to, I'm at 143 pounds right now, at least last I checked. And I know that I still have quite a bit of fat to lose, and I don't think that a few pounds is going to cover that. I think I need to get down to at least 130, 125-ish, but I don't really have an exact weight that I want to be. For me, it's all about how I look, how I feel, and especially now that I just started doing some weightlifting, I know that I will gain some weight with the muscle that I start building. So I don't have a specific exact weight that I want to be. I'm sorry, I can't tell you, but you know, I do want to lose a majority of my extra fattiness going on. I've also been asked kind of along the same lines, once I get to my goal weight or reach my goal as far as weight loss, what my plans are with fasting. I love the fasting lifestyle. Absolutely love it. I don't think I will ever go back to the way that I used to eat. My whole relationship with food has just completely changed, and my whole look on, you know, kind of everything has changed as far as eating and a healthy lifestyle. So I will for sure always be a faster. I know that. And fingers crossed. I mean, I know, knock on wood, I will be a faster, because I believe that it's one of the healthiest lifestyles you can have. I don't know if I will stick with alternate day fasting. Once I get down, I might switch to maybe an OMAD, 1 meal a day, or it just depends. I think it just depends where I'm at and how much I'm wanting to eat based on if I'm still wanting to build more muscle, or it just depends. So I don't have an exact plan. I'm kind of if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of a day-to-day person. I like to take things as they come and figure it out as I go. I don't plan too far ahead because I know that my plans will change. So as of right now, I don't have a specific answer for you, but I am planning to always be a faster in one way or another. So yeah. So another question I get asked a lot is my eating habits, if I'm doing keto or if I recommend doing keto. So what I can say for that is, one, I do not do the keto diet. I am not eating keto. I have carbs. I eat brown rice, sweet potatoes, oatmeal, those kind of things. Healthier carbs usually. Sometimes, occasionally, I have wheat pasta. So I do not personally choose to live the keto lifestyle, but I do know that when you're fasting, one of the reasons that it is so good for weight loss is because if you fast for a certain amount of time, then your body will get into ketosis. Usually between the 24 to 48 hour mark is typically when your body really gets into ketosis, but it's different for everybody and it does depend on what you're eating and all that stuff. But if you fast for a certain amount of time, your body will get into ketosis and it will be burning your stored fat instead of glucose. And so if you are eating a keto diet, I do personally think that it will help you lose weight faster, but everybody's results are different. So it's hard for me to really say because some people experience things differently. Some people do better having lower carbs, higher carbs. As far as weight loss, it's kind of one of those things that all of our bodies work differently. But if you're really, really, really wanting to get extreme weight loss results fast, then I would say that giving the keto diet a try with the fasting would be worth it. You know, the fasting alone should, for most people, give you some really good weight loss results. But if you really were feeling motivated, give the keto diet a try. It could work for you. I have not done it this whole time. I'm not doing it now. So you don't need to be on a super low carb diet, but I don't eat bread. I'm not eating regular pasta all the time. You know, like I said, the only things that are like really full of carbs that I typically will eat are sometimes some sweet potato, oatmeal I have a decent amount of the time, and brown rice. So, you know, you can try it out, and some people it works really good. Some people have a harder time with it, so yeah. So another question I've been asked quite a few times is if I have a hard time sleeping while on alternate day fasting or fasting lifestyle. So personally, yes, I have struggled with this a few times, and it depends on the day for me, but it has happened quite a few times, and I know that I've had a few people comment that they're having a hard time sleeping or going to sleep. So I kind of looked it up and was looking into it. And one of the reasons could be that when you're fasting, your brain is functioning like way better than it is when you're not fasting. Like it's basically working better and has more energy. And so when you go to sleep, your brain is just so kind of energized and creative, and you know, things are flowing. And also you get more oxygen when you're fasting, and so like your heart's working better. There's so many good things going on in your body, but your brain kind of has a hard time, you know, shutting down for the night because it just wants to think and keep doing things, which is, I mean, it's really like when you think about it, it's like sucks to not be able to sleep, but when you think about it like that, like that's pretty cool. Like I know that when I'm fasting, and since I've been doing the fasting, you just get so much more creative and you just really like feel good and more high energy. So some of the things I would recommend if you are having trouble sleeping while doing alternate day fasting or some kind of fasting is you can take melatonin. You can drink chamomile tea. That one is awesome. I love drinking chamomile tea, especially the honey vanilla chamomile tea. It's so good, tastes amazing. That could help. Also, getting into more of a nighttime routine helps. You can kind of look more into that, but basically, you know, putting all electronics away, putting your phone away, maybe read. Don't have harsh light on too long before, especially if you know you need to go to sleep, like you have a intense like work schedule where you have to get up super early or something and you need your sleep. Just kind of do things to start winding down a little earlier at night. So that's my suggestion. But yes, it is a somewhat common thing to have a hard time sleeping with fasting. So another thing that I've had a lot of comments about is kind of a mixture, and I mentioned this before in some of my videos, talking about when you're fasting, on your fasting days especially, you can have lack of energy, you can get nauseous, you can get tired, lightheaded, weak, and that is due to a lack of electrolytes, especially if you're drinking a lot of fluids like water, tea, whatever, coffee, or if you're sweating a lot, if you're working out, or even if you're not, it could still happen. Basically, your body will start running low on electrolytes, so you can be doing things to help that. Especially, I highly recommend this if you are wanting to work out or you are working out on your fasting days. You will feel so much better if you're replenishing your electrolytes and minerals. Easy ways to do this: you can put pink salt in your water. You can take potassium pills. I've been learning from a lot of you in the comments, there are so many different ways to get an intake. There's something called snake juice that I think is disgusting and I can't drink it. And it's basically homemade electrolyte water, but they do, a lot of people are now selling different versions of electrolyte water, powder mixes that you can get at like Walmart or other places. So just look into it, different ways to replenish your electrolytes, because that will help you tremendously if you were, especially towards the end of your fasting, if you are doing 36-hour fast, or like, you know, you've gone over 24 hours and that night you kind of start feeling like, oh, I'm lightheaded or I'm nauseous. And this also can be due to lack of nutrients in your diet. If you're not getting enough nutrients in your food, if you're just eating junk food in general will make this really hard for you, because not only will you be craving more bad foods, if you're eating sugar processed foods, you're going to be craving that and you're going to be kind of in this withdrawal, you know, while you're fasting. But if you're not getting enough nutrients from your food, if you're just eating kind of junk food and you're not getting enough nutrients, then you're going to be feeling it. You're going to kind of have some of those symptoms, and you just won't feel as energized, and your body's going to be telling you it's hungry because you're needing those nutrients. So yeah, that could happen for a few reasons, but I would look into getting your electrolytes replenished. There's different pills, different powders. You can make it yourself with natural ingredients, different ways to go about it. So that is an easy fix. And even if you aren't doing this and you're doing fine, I would still look into it, because it really could boost your overall experience with fasting and your body function, like your brain function. It could boost everything if you keep your electrolytes and minerals replenished. Another question I've been asked a few times is if I struggle with wanting to binge or overeat on my eating days because I'm fasting and, you know, all you think about is food. And so by the time you go to eat, you're just like, oh, food, and you overeat. Yes, I think that is a natural thing. I think especially when you're not used to it, when you go into a fasting lifestyle and you're used to eating all the time, and then you go into a fasting lifestyle where you're just cutting back on that, naturally I think you're going to kind of want to be eating more. But at the same time, I do think you can get the opposite effect, which has happened with me, where you kind of get to where once your body adjusts, it gets to where your stomach kind of shrinks back down to a normal size, where you're not getting as hungry, you get full a lot faster. But sometimes I think this also has to do with your diet as well. If you're not eating healthy foods, you're eating the processed junk foods, then you're gonna, your body's gonna be telling you it's hungry all the time and craving foods, when really you just need some proper nutrients in your body. So yes, I do struggle with that sometimes. I wouldn't say it's a day-to-day thing for me. I don't really struggle with wanting to overeat all the time, but occasionally, you know, we all have days where it's like, oh, I just want to eat, and sometimes I do eat too much. So it happens, but overall, you are, as long as you're not doing this every eating day, and as long as you are still trying to eat a decent amount of calories, kind of normal amount of calories on your eating days, you should still be getting amazing results. Usually, even when people do overeat, it's only like 10 to 15% of a difference. Like, it's not as bad as you think it is. It may seem kind of extreme, but when you're cutting back that many calories a week and you're still in a calorie deficit, usually, if you do have an occasional binge day. So don't be too worried about it. I would just say try to keep on track as much as possible. Also, I've had quite a few people ask me if I do the modified fasting version. Typically, no, I do not do the modified fasting version, which is where women can eat 500 calories, men can eat 600 calories on their fasting day. I do personally believe that that is breaking your fast if you get calories in, but from what I've seen and heard from other people, the weight loss results are still amazing. So if you're just doing this for weight loss and fasting for a whole 36 hours is too hard for you, do the modified version. It's not a big deal. You can still get amazing weight loss results. You're still going to be in that calorie deficit at the end of the week. So, any kind of fasting is good, even if you're not making it the whole day. There's a lot of people that are like go-getter alternate day fasters that are like, you can't do that. You can't have the, 500 calories. You're breaking your fast. Yes, you are breaking your fast, but if you're just trying to lose weight, you're still like, look at how ahead you are compared to everybody else that's eating 2,000 calories a day, way ahead. And especially too, like, to start out, like, it's gonna be hard to transition into a full 36 hour fast right away. So, eat the 500 calories, whoop-de-doo, and your body will start getting used to the fasting, and then you can kind of start slowly cutting back and maybe get to where you're doing the full 36 hour fast and getting the most benefits out of it. So do what you can, and yeah. So last question I get a lot more often, even though I've talked about this quite a few times, I still get this question all the time, which is, do I drink tea and coffee on my fasting days? Yes. The answer is yes, I do, but I drink it black. I do not add any cream or sugar because I don't do the modified version of alternate day fasting. I don't want to get any calories in on my fasting days. So I will drink tea usually. I try to stay away from coffee on my fasting days because I drink so much coffee with cream on my eating days, and I feel like I get dehydrated. So I do try to tell myself I shouldn't be drinking coffee on my fasting days, but I still will sometimes. And then I'll have a cup of tea sometimes. I don't every day. I don't have that every fasting day, just kind of when I'm wanting something. Like some days, like say it was really cold outside, you kind of just want something warm, or some days you're just dying to have flavor. You're like, oh, I want food so bad, but I'm not hungry, but I just want food. And so tea really helps me with that. You just get the taste in your mouth. It's just good, and there's no calories, so there's no harm done, Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have more questions, comment down below, and I will see you guys next time.